St. Thomas Academy Cadets leading the Elk River Elks 30-8 with 8:46 left in the third quarter of the Class 5A semifinal game at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Cadets will kick it away. Carter Otto set back to return for the Elks, who are badly in need of a momentum changer. Kick is to the far side. It's actually going to be Joe Nordstrom who returns it out past the 15, but taken out of bounds at the 17-yard line. Let's take a look at the St. Thomas Academy one-play drive, a 47-yard run for Danny McFadden, his third touchdown of the day. He has 129 yards on the ground, 45 through the air. He has been the difference maker so far for the Cadets.
Last year on this field, he was the other McFadden. His older brother was the all-star running back that everybody loved and had just a phenomenal year for St. Thomas Academy. He's not the other McFadden now. He's the one that's doing it all. He's got the 3 touchdowns, and he's explosive, very explosive.
Elks turned it over on downs at midfield in their first drive. The first down run goes to Ryan Wilson, who gains 2 to the 19. Elks really have to stick to their guns here because they don't have a whole lot of passing in their arsenal.
Yeah, no, I think they're going to. That's who they are, and that's what they've done. I have to think that they're going to try to get to the edge a little bit, as St. Thomas has won that battle in the interior, and they continue to win it, and I don't think that's going to change. So whether they decide they're going to drop back and throw it, I think they've got to figure out a little bit something different on how to get to the edge.
Elks averaging 440 rushing yards per game. They have only 80 so far today. Another short gain brings up 3rd down and 5.
There's your point that you've made already. When they get through on that play, they run it. They get through the initial wall of tacklers, but you get a kid like Betts who can come up and make a tackle like that, or Mitch McDonald, 2 guys who play in the defensive backfield. They're playing like linebackers, and they're coming up and making tackles and stopping all momentum that Elk River has. So where you've watched, and I've watched Elk River break a lot of long runs, those long runs just aren't going to happen today.
Wilson and Nordstrom get the first 2 runs. 3rd and 5 coming up. Carter Otto, the difference maker last week, has been a non-factor in this drive. It'll be a pass play. Zach Stroh, the secondary quarterback, taken down near the line of scrimmage. The original line of scrimmage, back to the 17-yard line.
Simon Kotak with a nice play. Second sack of the game for St. Thomas Academy, and trying to get him out on the edge to buy him a little time to throw it. Just unable to do that in the pursuit of this St. Thomas Academy defense.
Elks went 4 and out in their first drive of the quarter. This appears to be another 3 and out as they move from their deceptive formation, exposing Trinity Blood, their punter, who boots it away. Stephen Betts will chase it back inside the 30. Still plenty of room to return. With a pair of Elks defenders chasing him, he's wrapped up at the 33-yard line. Good punt from Trinity Blood, but that's not much of a consolation prize for the Elks. They don't need to rely on their special teams most of the time.
Yeah, and now we're at a spot where they've got to get 3 and outs. They can't let St. Thomas do what St. Thomas loves to do, and that's even if they don't put together a scoring drive, if they can put together 2 first downs, 3 first downs, that's 6-7 minutes off the clock, and there's just not enough clock for Elk River to have that happen.
Cadets have been balanced, 58 yards through the air, but they have almost 200 rushing yards and have to expect them to keep the ball on the ground for the most part with time on their side. Shotgun snap goes to Dyack, rolling out to the right on a design run. He has the first down, and he's still inbounds across midfield. Nobody ahead of him. Joe Dyack with a touchdown. 2 plays in the quarter and 2 touchdowns for the Cadets.
The edge, they got to that edge, and they did it with a different formation. They do it with a different player. It's the quarterbacks. It's the second time they've run that play. It's second time Dyack's run that play. This time you see the speed that he has. You see why they put him out on the wide receiver spot when he's not playing quarterback. He just ran right past everybody.
4th rushing touchdown of the year, by far his longest run. St. Thomas Academy has been pretty successful on 2-point conversions. On the last touchdown, they were unsuccessful the first time that's happened tonight. 36-8 our new score. St. Thomas Academy in control.
Well, they didn't win the time of possession. They're losing that battle right now in this second half.
I think they're okay with that. And St. Thomas Academy will call a timeout.
First charge timeout of the half.
Yeah, I'm not sure I can remember the last time I've seen two go for touchdowns, and both times. I'm not sure if there was a finger placed on either of the carriers, whether if it was McFadden on the first play on that play up the middle when they blocked it so well in the trap, or on this one, which was just a straight direct snap. And Dyack gets to the edge, and the block was great there. And once he got 5 yards past the field, now it's just trying to catch him. And you saw that he had that burst of speed down the sideline, and he ran past a linebacker and a couple defensive backs, no chance.
It's not atypical to see this from the Elks defense, but the offense averages 41 points per game. They can usually paper over those flaws. Today, we just haven't seen that.
Yeah, they needed, once they fell behind, they needed to get into this game where they were going to try to match touchdowns and see what happens at the end of the game. And that theory has, I think, left U.S. Bank Stadium.
Well, St. Thomas Academy will take their time as they decide how to draw up what we expect will be a 2-point conversion. Gabe Sirik is 41 of 44 on the season in extra points, but we haven't seen him even attempt a kick so far tonight. Once again, it'll be Dyack.
But you see they have Adebayo and they have McFadden in the game. They'll do this every once in a while.
Adebayo in the backfield. It's a fake to Adebayo. The pass goes to the far side, and it is caught. 2-point conversion good. A flag flies late. Trajan Capey, the tight end, pulls down the catch. We'll see if it counts.
Where the flag is, there might have been a late hit.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. 15-yard penalty will be enforced on the kickoff.
Add 2 more to the tally for the St. Thomas Academy Cadets, who are in command late in this state semifinal game over Elk River. 38-8 our score with 6:14 left in the game. Pass play to perfection. We've seen St. Thomas Academy go to the air when they want to, when they need to. They're just having their way so far tonight.
Yeah, they are, and it's another name to the stat sheet. Capey had a nice catch last week against Owatonna, and a nice little route by the tight end, and a very nice soft touch on the throw. It is everything, right? Really, not even when the game was tied 8-8, you had the feeling that St. Thomas had the upper hand in this one, and since that point in time, they have now rolled off 30 unanswered points and taken complete control. They get 15 yards on the kick as well, so let's move it up. Watch on the kickoff again. Maybe they'll do something different with the field position change or the extra 15 yards, but they have kicked to the corner every play and cover it so well. Elk River's been starting inside their 20 almost every possession. So even a little thing like that on the kickoff, they've done so well. They've just played just a super solid football game.
Capey a starter, but not a frequent receiving target. He has just 4 catches from scrimmage this year. The Cadets have indeed been kicking to the corners. They've been kicking away from Carter Otto, who I think it's safe to say is the most dangerous offensive weapon for the Elks, and he has been largely contained in this ball game.
Yes, he has. On all facets, you're right. On the return game too, that's another way that you can get him into open space. There just hasn't been any open space.
Otto a week ago, 248 rushing yards, 4 rushing touchdowns, and the game-winning 57-yard touchdown catch. Here today, 4 attempts, 4 yards on the ground, and 1 catch for 18 yards.
They're actually kicking from Elk River territory.
Should be an easy touchback. Strong leg we've seen from Wyatt Isaac. Into the end zone, and it is indeed a touchback. How about these St. Thomas Academy Cadets? Up by 30 points over a very good perennial powerhouse Elk River program.
Yeah, it is a dominating performance by the Cadets. The Cadets might already think they have an eye on the team that beat them. That's probably a fun thing for those guys to think about it, that they can avenge their only loss of the season. And they're still 18 minutes away from that, but right now they're in complete control of every facet.
The kids would call it a revenge tour The Cadets in
Is
the
that what the kids say?
quarterfinal. Yeah, that's what they would call it. 21-0, they beat Owatonna, the team they lost to in the state championship last year. Chaska, with a 34-14 win over Coon Rapids yesterday, will be the opponent of whoever wins this game. First down run for the Elks.
6 guys around the football. 6 guys around the football. That's more than half of your defense is reading it correctly and making the play.
And it was Ryan Wilson,
On the field for injury.
injured Elks player as well. And that's the last thing Elk River needs from a strategic and spiritual standpoint.
Yeah, you just right now you want to get everybody out healthy, especially a big guy that you need up front.
Well attended by both sides. So far, it's been all St. Thomas Academy. Cadets up 38-8 on PrepSpotlight.tv.